For more than a century, the University of North Carolina has been one of the most recognizable brands in all of college sports. A proud university with a passionate fan base and a legendary basketball tradition. But on the football field, it has been quite a different story. Dating back to Mack Brown's first stint in Chapel Hill, North Carolina has often been referred to as a sleeping giant. A program that has vast resources, a strong recruiting footprint, top-tier facilities, and the potential, pay attention to that word, that's going to be a key theme here, but the potential to compete with anybody in the country. And to be fair, there have been moments of success. Conference championship appearances, top 10 finishes, NFL talent, and seasons that hinted at what North Carolina could potentially become. But the breakthrough never came. The Tar Heels have not won a conference championship since 1980. More than 4 decades have passed without North Carolina reaching the top of its own conference. So the question becomes, what happens if North Carolina finally gets it right? That's where this challenge begins. Welcome to the King of Kenan Dynasty series. No one wants to watch another Dynasty rebuild where a few good recruiting classes turn a struggling program into a national champion. We've all seen it before. 5-star recruits, stacked rosters, a championship or two, and eventually every dynasty starts to feel the same. So for King of Kenan, I created a set of self-imposed standards inspired by the accomplishments of the greatest coaches in college football history. The benchmarks are on the screen. They'll be tracked through the entire 30-year journey. Some focus on championships, others focus on player development, awards, and legacy. Because at the end of this challenge, the question won't be whether we won games. The question will be, can I accomplish what generations of North Carolina coaches could not and build a dynasty worthy of college football immortality? Can I lead the Tar Heels to heights they've never reached before and build a resume worthy of standing alongside Nick Saban, Bear Bryant, Tom Osborne, Bobby Bowden, and the legends who define the sport? Of course, every great coach is judged by results. And in King of Kenan, so am I. Every 3 seasons, the program will undergo a board review. The standards are on the screen. Meet them, and the dynasty moves forward. Fall short, and the program enters probation. Probation isn't just a warning. It comes with penalties that make the challenge significantly more difficult. Coordinators are fired, recruiting is restricted, future opportunities become harder to earn, and if the program fails another review while on probation, the dynasty ends right there. No resets, no second chances. 30 years of planning, recruiting, and building can disappear because of a few bad decisions. That's what makes this challenge different. But surviving the board review is only part of it. Every 3 seasons, the SEC Expansion Committee will also evaluate the progress of the program. The standards for that are on the screen. The early requirements are intentionally ambitious. In the beginning, an SEC invitation is little more than a dream. But as the program grows, the path becomes more realistic. More attainable? Never easy, but if I meet those standards, North Carolina may receive an invitation to join the Southeastern Conference. Fail to earn that invitation by year 12, though, and that's another doomsday scenario where the challenge ends right there. Stay tuned as we establish an identity inspired by Bill Belichick's vision for North Carolina football. Not built around the hype, not built around recruiting rankings, but built around evaluation, development, and finding the right players for the right roles. With NIL now shaping the sport, every decision carries consequences. The wrong investment can set a program back years, while the right one can change its future. Over the next 30 seasons, we'll find out whether these decisions are enough to build something North Carolina has spent decades chasing. A championship program, a lasting legacy, and perhaps a dynasty. This is the King of Kenan.